Hello, everyone, and welcome back to CEVO-TV. I'm your host, Misled. With later over there, we have map number 1, Luminosity Gaming versus LunatiK eSports. It's going to be Luminosity's map choice, so LunatiK will get their side choice, and we are about to get live and underway with round number 1.
Yeah, and it looks like LunatiK right off the back will be putting some extra pressure towards mid and B, really specifically mid, having Invert and Drake over there. They're not going to find anyone quite yet. We got two Luminosity players working their way underpass while the rest of the players are grouped up outside of A. Probably going to see a split of some kind through the connector. But Scout's pushing all the way up mid, getting so much information for his team. Probably going to set his sights at underpass after this, and he will.
Ooh. Scouts is right there. They're already going to work their way up connector. Pitt trying to connect on some shots. Can't take down Drake. Finally gets him, but Invert will quickly trade him out as Invert's going to go hunting for another kill on the NAF. Will get it, but the bomb is going to be planted in the A bomb site. Now it will be a 3 versus 4 4-man retake attempt here. Now it's going to be only one player left alive, and that's going to be Lex, who's able to get one quickly taken out, though. And that'll be a 3K for Invert, a 2K for CEVO, and LunatiK will take round number 1, excuse me.
Yeah, and a great retake from LunatiK there. As I said, putting a lot of pressure on mid and the B bomb site, and to be able to take all of that and bring it back just in time for the retake. It was really impressively done. It all came down to Scouts pushing on mid, getting a ton of information for his team, and really more so than the information he got moving up mid is when he rotated or just turned around 180 degrees and saw the people coming out from underpass. That was really the important stuff. Couldn't get a kill from that area, but he was able to get a ton of information for his team and allow his teammates to just properly assess the situation and lock up the round.
And it looks like now into round 2, it's going to be a armor pistol buy coming. It's going to be Lex with the Deagle in his hands that he uses so very well, and then Rec 9s in the hands of the rest of the Luminosity Gaming members, as they have head armor, all except for Lex. Goes for a nade and that Deagle and body armor, so they're going to commit to this B side take attempt. Good flashbangs come out. CEVO misses his first shot, but they know there's somebody on the balcony. They don't know it yet, as Drake is able to take down Anger and Pitt's out of the way. That's going to be NAF taking down CEVO. Here comes the rotate from Invert, and he gets ripped apart by Lex and the Deagle. Still trying to get another one. Now it's all going to be up to Peter. He's able to grab one. Can't get away from the FAMAS, though. So the armor pistol buy will only yield 3 frags, 3 rebuys anyways, and a bomb plant for Luminosity.
And Drossel able to toss away that MP7 and M4, so probably lost a few more players than really they had wanted to, but considering how financially invested Luminosity was in the round, they're not really a risk of buying up now, so looks like they will have one more opportunity to keep a lot of players alive and start to build that economy off the back of the 2 rifles that they were able to save. It looks like guns are shuffling hands a little bit, but there you go. Rifles are going to be coming out on all players, and we're going to see another kind of buy from Luminosity here. This one not nearly as expensive, just upgraded pistols and some nades to go with them.
Yeah, so into round 3, some upgraded pistols, as later just said. Lex with the Deagle, Anger with the Deagle, another player that can use the Deagle very, very effectively. And they're just waiting it out here today. It looks like the execute might be coming in. Smokes go down to lock down anybody that's going to be over in the area. Oh, they're going to drop into the site. Pit completely confident in those smokes, and they lock down jungle and the stairs. There goes the CT smoke, but Drossel sitting in the bomb site is able to collect 2 frags. Now it's all going to be up to Lex and Anger. The 2 Deagles alive. Anger is going to try and fight it out, but Lex will get one. Anger gets another one. Excuse me. Anger gets 1. Lex gets 1 before they both get taken down. So 2 more revives forced. Doesn't really matter, though, as LunatiK is going to be up 3-0, as Luminosity now with 2 bomb plants in a row will be able to buy in the 4th round.
Yeah, I'm sure that's not the start that Luminosity wanted going into this game, picking this map. They knew they were going to be on the terrorist side, so this is their opportunity to really gain control of the game, and Peter going to be picking up that op while the rest of his teammates are going to be enjoying some rifles, and Peter himself not getting too aggressive here. It looks like Luminosity is totally cool with slowing things down and really forcing LunatiK to play at their pace, but even still, there is no opposing op, so Peter is not really at risk of peeking into another op, but he doesn't know that quite yet.
So round 4, no trades, no damage on the board just yet for either team. Luminosity, as later said, taking it very, very slow here. They're just content with making this happen, looking for any pushes from LunatiK, trying to see if they get a little too aggressive for their own good and try and force the issue here. And that's one thing they didn't have before Pitt was here. They were a little bit more aggressive. They like to push. They like to try and force the issue a little too much. With Pitt here, it kind of slowed their play down, playing a little bit better, and LunatiK in recent times has really been stepping their play up also with some big heavy fraggers.
Rotates they're dragging.
Oh, that's huge. They dragged all but one player from the A bomb site.
Yeah, they're gonna have to kill Drossel here to really be successful. If they don't catch him here, he could really go to town, and with that, he does go down. All of the CTs now at B.
It's going to be a 4 versus 3, probably a 3-on-3 now, as Anger's going to step down into CT spawn, get himself a frag, bomb planted for the A ramp, and this will be a 3-man retake attempt coming here for LunatiK eSports, and Anger's going to try and play that smoke again. He knows Drake is there, takes him down. Scouts will quickly trade him out, though. So now it's all up to Peter and Pitt to try and make these shots happen. Peter got to hit that shot.
Peter.
Can't quite get the damage off. So now CEVO's going to go to defend. CEVO gets the first shot off. He's got to get this, but Pitt can't make it happen. And Peter and Pitt could not hold on in the 2 versus 2. Scouts will get 3. CEVO will get 2, and LunatiK is going to be up now 4-0.
Peter. Oh, tough for Peter, missing 2 necessary and totally hittable op shots. They're not the way he wanted to start this game with his team with the op in his hands. I mean, he had ample opportunity to catch the frag, and the bomb was planted for him. I mean, if you're gonna miss the shots, just don't attempt them. Wait on it. Force the teammates to come, or the counter-tires to come right at you. So many other ways you could have played it. But still, I mean, the best play would just be to hit those shots. Really unfortunate for him and Pitt in that 1-on-2. Also unable to lock the round down. I mean, if Pitt had stayed hidden enough, he could have tried to pop out and just kill the bomber.
Yeah.
But it looked like the players were, they weren't 100% sure that he was on A ramp, but it seems like there was no way for him to pick up that round after Peter kind of botched it as badly as he did.
So round 5, smokes are coming out. It's going to be into the A bomb site. They're going to try and take it here. They bought up, essentially. It's going to be a buyout coming from them. Yeah, one player in the sandwich. That's going to be Scouts. He goes down. One still close in the site. That's Drossel. He is now out of the way also. And that's going to be an open bomb site to get this plant. And he's barely going to escape that. That will be Naflight. CEVO's right there. He gets caught after trying to make the spam. And now it's all going to be up to Invert, getting some damage done to him. They know exactly where he is. They're going to rush him together, take him down. And that's going to be Pitt getting 2. Kills go between Naf, Anger, and Peter, though. And Luminosity will be on the board after that buyout. And economy hurting on the sides of LunatiK, because even though they're winning rounds, they're winning them very close and lots of rebuys.
Yeah, definitely, and Luminosity has to be feeling a lot better now that they're able to pick up that round off of the force buy. If they lost the round to the defuse and then lost that previous round, that would have been really devastating for them. So this is their time to be able to get on track and to regain control of this game. The saving LunatiK is going to be their best option doing this, but they're going to be playing really aggressively over towards A. Luminosity needs to be really careful they don't run into a trap of any kind. Yeah, I was just looking at that. And Scouts, too. If Scouts can take some shots, draw the attention away from where Drossel is hiding, and if we, pull them up the stairs, it would be really impressive. But it doesn't seem like that is going to be possible. So blind.
Like
4-second white screen.
Yeah, Nafly right there. Played that perfectly. Drops the flashbang down. They were ready for that. But the final CT is going to be right there on the stairs. Smoked out. And he gets spotted out by Nafly. That's a 4K for Naf on the round. And that's going to be Luminosity picking up 2 rounds in a row.
Yeah, and that is a round, actually back-to-back rounds where they're able to keep all 5 of their players alive. So really cheap rounds. I mean, taking a look at this, just the side of the scoreboard here, no one on Luminosity spending more than $800 this round. So really the best kind of round you could ask for. Even their quote-unquote poorest players sitting at $5,200. So now they really have LunatiK on their back foot right now, which is crazy considering how strongly LunatiK came out of the gate. But Invert gonna have an op of his own this round. Not gonna find anyone to shoot with it, but he still has in his hand. He's still going to be searching. Yeah,
so now we're gonna have LunatiK eSports on a full buyout here. As you can take a peek at their economy, I mean, none of them have money except for CEVO, who's only got $150 left. So if they don't win this round, they are broke and forced into a save. They will be on a 3-loss round bonus. After this, if they lose this, which isn't much, that's not going to help them out. They will assuredly have to save here. And that's gonna be extremely rough for them.
It would
But
be.
Luminosity gearing up for B.
Yeah, it seems like they had a really successful B take when they had pistols in their hands. I would won't be surprised if it just got worse with rifles, and great flashes right off the bat. Gonna catch Drake, but they're doing a good job of positioning himself.
Oh man, that's gonna be CEVO and Drake able to get some nice frags. Their invert is rotated over with the op in hands, takes down Peter with a headshot. Now it's all up to Pitt. Hits the first shot. He's gonna be into a 1 versus 2. Invert is worked his way all the way up. Ooh, invert almost gets punished right there. Pitt is pushing up on him very aggressively, but he's gonna have some cover from behind. All he's got to do is fight here, and he will stay up. Can Pitt turn around? Not able to make it happen, and Pitt will get himself 3 before he goes down. And LunatiK on the buyout returns the favor against Luminosity, but Luminosity has a great economy at the moment, so they will be able to buy out themselves. And again, LunatiK is gonna have to go on a full buy here to try and stay alive in this, and if they drop this round once again, it might be a double save territory.
Yeah, that would be absolutely not what they're looking for, but either way, in that last round, good on Drake, and I believe it was CEVO in the site doing a really good job of kind of forcing the Luminosity gaming players into the site and to play their game. They did a good job of not engaging too early. Usually when teams throw out the initial smokes and flashes, you'll see players get greedy and just try to force the engagement right off the bat, try to catch the opening frag, but the way they kind of position themselves and let the Luminosity players out of the apartments before engaging as a duo, they were infinitely more successful than if they tried to just force individual engagements. But this round, Luminosity going to be getting right out there with the really good smokes and flashes that they've been dropping all game, and a great Molotov to boot.
Yeah, it's going to force anybody near Toll Booth out of that back corner. They're going to get a bomb plan no matter what. But flashbangs coming out from LunatiK, even though the smokes haven't dissipated yet. So the retake attempt is still going to be put on hold here for LunatiK. They're going to try and rush their way out. How does Naf not see that coming? Doesn't matter. Can he pull it into 3? Can't do it. Gets 2. Lex will be here for the cleanup. And again, finalizing the round will be Lex with 2. Naf gets the other 2. Anger got the initial one. And that will make it 5-3. And here comes the first save from LunatiK.
Yeah, I mean, if they put together a really successful eco here, they could potentially see themselves buying next round. But if they just get absolutely shut down and Luminosity is able to keep a lot of players alive, like they have been on every round that they've won. I mean, Luminosity has won 3 rounds, and on round 5 and 6, they kept all their players alive. And that last one, round 8, they kept 4 players alive. So it seems like when they're winning really handily. They're clearly smashing LunatiK. And when LunatiK is picking up rounds recently, I mean, on round 7, the one that they lost, they only kept 1 player alive. So it either gets worked down close or Luminosity wins handily thus far.
Man.
Oh, Peter, take a gun out.
Man, this is looking rough on this eco round right now. LunatiK has brought this into a 3 versus 2. They're going to pick up some rifles. Invert now has an op in his hands. Lex is on the catwalk. He's going to get aggressive here, try and stop this. There goes Drake down out of the way. So one will be on the flank in B. That will be Invert with the op in his hands. Bomb down out middle. The other player is going to be pushed up in mid.
Great position here.
Oh, Lex gets caught out in the open, but from behind will be Anger. Anger has to be careful here not to peek down or allow himself to get opened up from behind because the flank is coming. Invert is looking for it. Is Invert going to be able to get the shot off in time? No. Doesn't know where he's at. Anger is still looking now. Oh, can he get the angle? Not quite. So he doesn't know where he's at, so he's going to bank on the fact that he thinks Anger is going to try and go away. But Anger's going to try and go up the catwalk. Does he
I wonder if Invert can hear him from there. Oh, now he does, because he's going right up the connector.
And Invert will be able to take that home. 3K for CEVO, 2K for Invert, and they hit round 6 in their favor. But again, Luminosity with great money here. Here comes some buyouts on the side of LunatiK. This could force them into another eco round if they can't win this one.
Yeah, man, it seems like it would, but good on LunatiK for picking up that eco round and, you know, not rolling over, even though Luminosity is putting insane amounts of pressure on them. It's crazy that Luminosity still can even buy, and it really just comes off the fact that when they are winning rounds, they drop almost no players, but still, Peter still able to, you know, buy an op, still able to be threatening with it, and, it looks like they're going to be... Well, most of the players are geared up towards B, but the bomb is dropped in T-spawn, so they're giving themselves options, just trying to find some early picks here. And, man, for a second, I wasn't sure if the game was frozen just because everyone is so still on their radar.
Yeah.
Such a waiting game for all the players. CEVO, though, doesn't want to do any waiting. He's not content with waiting at all. Going to push up and potentially run into Nap. Let me check out what's going on with Peter. No, just hanging out.
Yeah, so we're into round 10. Peter had a nice shot right there on, I believe that was Drake, who got very aggressive out in mid. Ends up missing it, doesn't take him down. And it looks like it might be a fake towards A. They're going to try and sell this. It might be actually a double fake here if Nafly and his teammate Lex try and go to B. Yeah, this is going to be a straight-up double fake here. They're going to throw some smokes. And yeah, the number 4 man is going to call this. That'll be CEVO. And there should be a fat rotate towards B. Look at that. The double fake. Does it get sold completely? Not completely. They're leaving 1 man in A still, but the double fake is looking like it's doing its job here. And now LunatiK realizes it's a double fake. Drossel in the back of the site gets taken down. There's Invert caught out of position. That's going to be Pit getting both of those frags. But up close will be Scouts. Can he get the lineup? Not quite. Takes down Peter, and Anger will answer. And on the flank will be Naf going against CEVO. Hits the headshot. Now it's all up to Drake in CT spawn. Gets sprayed down by Anger. That's a 2K for Anger, a 2K for Pit, and the double fake for Luminosity works out. And look at the economy from LunatiK again into a save, and Luminosity cannot drop another eco round to LunatiK.
No, it would be crazy if they did. That would be pretty upsetting for them, I'm sure. And not only is Luminosity able to get the reads on the LunatiK players and force them to shuffle their feet and leave the A bomb site, but Drossel, the player that decided to stay at A, picked the same exact strategy the last time they got really faked out. He decided to hide in the site behind kind of, I don't even know what to call it, just that cheeky corner.
The opposite side of the firebox.
Yeah, the opposite side of the fire, exactly. A spot where a lot of players like to play. And he did the exact same thing last time. Picked up a lot of frags from that position, but these players are not gonna fall for that kind of play. When Pit is coming out there, that was the first place he was. And once Drossel went down, the whole round was shot for them.
So now it's all up to Drake and CEVO. Drake will be on a large flank here, trying to wrap his way around in mid. He does have somebody out in mid, though. That's going to be Peter. Can Peter hit the op shot? And he will. CEVO gains a kill, steps out in the mid, and Peter will collect that frag also. That will make the score 6-5 in round 11. And Luminosity is still going to be at full strength. And if LunatiK opts to buy out here, otherwise it might be a full save, and this game could get tied up at 6-6.
Yeah, they're going to upgrade to better pistols, but I would not recommend a buy right here. This is kind of the double save that we've been waiting for a long time from LunatiK. Seems like they just were able to prolong it, but unfortunately we're not able to completely avoid it. And if Luminosity can tie up the game here, I mean, yeah, the score will be tied, but the more traction that Luminosity can gain on the terrorist side, the further really that they're pulling away. Let's see if Anger can pick up both these frags, and he does. That's going to open up the A bomb site.
Drake will be on the rotate. He has a shot on Pit. Can Pit collect it? Pit will grab that frag. So now it's all up to Invert and CEVO to be on the rotate. Invert with a huge 1D. CEVO will collect the trade out frag. But CEVO is going to go for this gun here. Drop down into the mid connector. He will be 1 versus 3. Has another Deagle shot there. Hits that Deagle headshot onto Naf. And CEVO showing off the Deagle skills here with 2 frags so far. He's going to step up. Peter will take him down on the E-box. And we are all tied up 6-6 here. Anger with 2, Pit with 2, and it will be tied as we hit round 13.
It's really interesting how LunatiK just continues to be successful with only pistols in their hands. I mean, that was in the terms of rounds that Luminosity has won. That was the furthest that LunatiK has been able to work them down. And they also picked up an eco round before. Luminosity only able to keep 2 players alive. So it seems like their pistol plays have been working really well, and it might just come off the back of kind of the unconventional nature of them, getting slightly more aggressive or just setting traps and playing in, not unnatural ways, but, just atypical ways. So that's the phrase I was looking for, atypical.
So into round 13 here, Luminosity going for a walk-in, and CEVO is going to be right there in the B bomb site. He's going to be the lone man on the island, trying to play up top, trying to get the site over.
Oh,
and
Peter,
it doesn't
not falling
matter.
for that.
Oh, Peter was ready for that one. They have the B bomb site wide open at the moment. It will be a 5 versus 4 as the bomb is going to drop in. They're going to get a plant off. They got to try and get some catwalk control here to not allow an open shooting lane for Invert, who is rotating in that direction. And he's right there. He's going to push through the smoke. Lex almost gets punished big time for that. And look at Anger. Here he comes from behind. He gets hurt by Scouts. He needs to make the shot. Can't do it. Scouts will get 1. That'll be 4-3 instead of 5-2. And Lex will hold on here. And, oh, man, they're going to rotate out for the save. Luminosity will grab round 7. Oh, but Lex, will he look Top mid. Will he look for that player? The number 2 man of Drake, who's just hanging out. There goes Drossel on the save. Only one player left in mid area. He's going to go for the kill onto Peter. He will get the frag. Now the hunt will come from the other 2 members going out mid. They're going to commit to this. Flashbang goes out from Drake. It'll only partially blind. Can he get the lineup? Not able to make it. And Pitt will take him down. Only one player able to save. And Luminosity gets their 7th round. That'll make the score 7-6 as we're 1 round away from half. And again, a save from LunatiK.
Oh, man. Looks like they're starting to buy for it. Scouts bought up that round, unless it was just a miscommunication. They're just gonna have. Oh, he saved.
Even his money.
So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, just I don't know. I had a total stroke right there. But Drake, I think, only flashed himself there in the top of mid as he was getting assaulted by the terrorists. I mean, obviously, I'm sure it was more reactionary than anything. But if you just let that guy, I think it was Peter, hang out at the bottom of underpass and didn't engage at all and just hung out there at the top, he would have been able to come away with his M4, which is a lot better than the $300 he got for that kill. So
yeah,
just unfortunate for him. And yeah, and as soon as he got that kill, it just immediately indicated exactly where he was.
So it's going to be round 14, 7-6. Oh, TV right there. Shoulder gets seen. Nap will step out, collect the frag. And that is going to make it a 5 versus 4 into round 14. LunatiK going to be saving for last. Peter has to avoid counter flash. Interesting, but Anger will take down Drossel inside the site. Oh, misses the shot. Scouts will capitalize on it. Molotov goes down. Anger hits the shot through the box. Splash damage there. Peter's got to stay alive. Pulls out the pistol, and he can't do it. Invert will get the op here, and that's going to be rough. That's going to be 3-2. There goes Drake. Invert still alive. He will run away. He wants to save this off for last round. Tries to hit the op shot, and he definitely will. 2K on the round for him. And Lex and Naf were possibly going for the hunt, and they're going to go for the hunt anyways. Yeah, Lex will try and collapse all the way around, and Naf will be trying to work his way down through lower. Oh, man, this might be an open free kill here if you're Invert. Does he hit the shot? Naf doesn't want to peek. Yes, he does. He wants to peek, and his head gets spot. Oh, Invert doesn't shoot! So now they know where he is. They have him essentially pinched at this point. Time is going to get close to expiring here. I don't think they're going to have enough time to get on top of him. And Invert will escape with the op in hand for last round. That will make the score 8-6 in favor of Luminosity.
Yeah, and that op should play a huge role in this round. It's not like it's unfortunate that it's last round. They don't really get to feel the economic benefits of holding on to that op, but the real benefit is that they can pull out the second op. CEVO also pulling one out. Just got smashed by Peter, who picked like a really smart angle. I definitely wasn't expecting Peter to be pre-aiming on that. I'll be interested to see if he changes up his strategy or anything like that, but
going off. Scouts finally answers, but Lex is right there to capitalize on it. Invert will hit the first shot onto Anger. He's got a lot more frags to try and collect here. It's almost gets caught out in the open, and that is going to be the bomb plant in the A-bomb site. Invert goes down to Lex, and now it's all up to CEVO and his op. He's going to be into a 1 versus 3, and that's going to be hard to win with his op in hand, but
real hard.
He might be able to do it. He needs to get a pick right now and start trying to work off that one. They don't really know where he's at. Lex is going to spot him, and Lex will hit the one-tap headshot onto E-Box from Toll Booth, and that will be 9-6 in favor of Luminosity.
Yeah, and that is exactly the kind of terrorist side half you would want if you're picking this map, right? I mean, now moving into the counter-terrorist side, you have the map advantage, or sorry, the score advantage, just a cushion worked up. Even if you do give up pistol round, the best they could do is tie it once you get rifles in your hands. It's got to feel really comfortable if you're Luminosity gaming. I feel like this is a really good setup for them to cruise their way to victory.
Yeah, so here we go. Start of second half. Luminosity with the lead by 3 rounds, but that can go away very fast here if LunatiK is able to get another pistol round. If they can get that, get the 2 anti-ecos that they will have to get afterwards, they will set themselves up to tie this up at 9-9.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's possible, but I don't know. Luminosity gaming, it just seems like they will be so dominant right here. I feel like there's not much that LunatiK could throw at them that they wouldn't be expecting, but it looks like they are going to be throwing the B stack at them, or the B rush, rather. So let's see if Lex and his boy over there in Anger can do anything about it. Lex is in a great spot.
Oh, Lex, you gotta hit that. Ends up hitting it, and they still don't look for him. Finally, they look for him. Burst fire coming out. Scouts will take him down. Lex was able to get 2 before he goes down, and that will be a bit into that B bomb site. Bomb is dropped, though. Rotation's coming out. Drake is right there off to the side. Can Peter get the frag? Not able to make it. And again, Drake is able to get himself a 3K, and that will give another pistol round in favor of LunatiK, so they're probably going to tie this up unless Luminosity can come away with an eco round victory of their own.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see the buying strategy from LunatiK here, and it seems like they're just going to be going mostly all in on rifles, which I think is the smart strategy. Try to use the range as best you can against this Luminosity team with mostly just pistols. Lex, though, pulling out the scout. Let's see if he can be effective with that. He's going to be bringing it to the B bomb site, exactly where LunatiK is going with the bomb. So far, he's chosen correctly, but he's going to have to get at least a frag here or some body shots. Oh, he hits one. Make that two. Oh, he missed the second one? Come on, he got robbed.
Does he hit that third shot? Not able to make that happen. Goes for the fourth, but they're going to be in his face now. He's got to hit that. Hits the frag onto invert, though, as Drake is able to trade him out. So it's going to be a 4-on-4 battle here. Spray damage going through, almost collecting a frag there. Drake trying to get Naflight. Can Naflight collect? Not able to do it, but CTs are already out through smoke. Tivu's ready for it, though. Now they're looking for the remaining 2. That's going to be Pitt on the catwalk. Gets taken down as Tivu goes on the cleanup. That will be a 2K for Tivu, a 3K for Drake, and Luminosity's lead has shrunk to 1 round.
Yeah, and that's actually the second, I don't know if you already talked about this, but this is the second pistol round that LunatiK won this game.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, the fact that they've, I don't know, they're potentially about to pick up 6 rounds grand total off of their pistol rounds, and they have what's going to be, you know, if they do get this next round, 9 total rounds. That means they only won 3 rifle rounds against Luminosity on CT side. That's not really a good stat, but I mean, 6 rounds is super important. You got to collect on as many rounds as you can. It seems like this is pretty much a free one for them. LunatiK just rushing right out to an A bomb site that has no counter-terrorists in. It's going to be hard to hold the site when no one's there.
Yeah, that's going to be, yeah, they made that stack into the B a reality. It doesn't pay off for him, though. Peter gets caught on the rotate. Drossel's looking in that direction. Also, he's going to have Lex in his face. Lex doesn't want to get aggressive just yet, though. Kind of peeks out. They let him know that he's there. The CTs are all over at the B bomb site. They're staying together here, even though there's only a P250, a 5.7, and a Deagle on the board. Lex is still trying to battle it out at the moment, but they're just content with saving these upgraded pistols that they have here and going into the first full buy round at an even game, 9-9.
Yeah, a little surprised to see them doing the 4-man save there, especially since they didn't really have anything to save. But, I mean, if you have virtually no shot at winning the round, which they had virtually no shot at winning the round, why feed the other team upgraded pistols and, you know, $300 per kill when you don't have to? You can just kind of sit there and, you know, just take it for what it is. This round, they are going to be rifled up, and they're going to be really investing in this round. 3 of their players zeroed out even. So a big round for Luminosity. It seems like they have been stepping up big time on the rifle rounds when they need to, and Pitt's going to be pushed up in mid with a buddy. Let's see if they can take down Drossel here. They need this frag.
Oh, Peter up top. Peter's going to get the lineup frag, collect 2 of those as Pitt takes down Drossel, quickly traded out. Anger is there to trade that frag down, and now it's all up to Tivu. Bomb is down to mid. I don't know if they know that the bomb is down, though. I don't think they saw it.
Seems like they ran right away from it.
Yeah, they rotated away from it, so now Tivu is going to have to be worried about whether or not there's people watching this bomb. He thinks there is, and now they're going to go back and watch towards mid, as Tivu is going to go have a free basic pickup towards the bomb here. And,
he doesn't know it, though. It's kind of like when Anger was in that one-on-one before, and he threw like all of his nades trying to get the bomb, and it turns out the guy with the op was, you know, on the E-box stairs or whatever, but he now has the bomb in his hands, and Peter has spotted him out, so it's going to be tough for him to get out of this situation. But a headshot on Peter is a good way to start it.
Yeah, Tivu is able to take down Peter, going for a secondary one on the nap. He's only got to get 2 more frags. Can he get him?
Oh,
he gets
no.
the first
Anger
one.
only has 3 HP, too.
Oh, man. Anger, very low on HP. It's going to be the 3 HP versus 4 HP battle. And let's see. It looks like Tivu is going to rotate his way into the B-bomb site. And if Luminosity drop this, that is going to be so disheartening for them. Tivu free run into the B-bomb site. Knows Anger's on the rotate. Anger's going to work his way into the kitchen. He's going to look for Tivu. Whoever can get any sort of damage off first will win the round, and it goes to Tivu, who picks up, what was that, the
1-on-4.
Yeah, 1-on-4 clutch right there, almost an ace, and with a clutch, and I mean, LunatiK holds on by the skin of their teeth to collect that round, all thanks to Tivu.
Yeah, it seems like there was a little bit of kind of weak play, cockiness coming out from Luminosity Gaming. Peter peeked out and saw CEVO top mid, and then just chose to peek him one at a time. He thought, hey, I can get this frag. Peeks it and loses the one-on-one. Next guy comes out, gets fragged one-on-one. Next guy peeks out, gets fragged one-on-one. And next thing you know, the round's been dragged down to a one-on-one. Like, at no point did they just converge on him with multiple guns at the same time. He just forced 3 individual one-on-ones before the final one with anger. I mean, that's exactly what you're supposed to do if you're CEVO, but I just didn't think Luminosity would give it to them. So that seems like such an undisciplined move from Luminosity.
Pit right there taking a nice 1D. Lex not able to capitalize on the fact that he had superior positioning there. And there goes Anger finally, but there's going to be a lot of CTs already towards this bomb site in the kitchen, and in the bomb site will be Pit. Pit goes down to Drossel. Invert takes down Naf, and now it's all up to Peter. Works his way out the window, gets one before the trade out from Drossel. So that's going to be a 3K for Drossel, and that will make the score 11-9 in favor of LunatiK.
Yeah, it's great that LunatiK is capitalizing on any round they can, and they're furthering their lead with the 5 straight on this half. But the question is, how long can they do it? I mean, really, the only reason why they've gotten so deep in this half was just because of a colossal mistake from Luminosity, or a series of a fewer smaller mistakes to come together into one colossal mistake.
Yeah.
I'm curious when Luminosity just, or if and when, I guess, when they just, clamp their teeth down and say, okay, enough is enough, let's lock it down. I mean, even in that first rifle round, they had the first 4 frags of that round in, like, the first 15 seconds of the round. They forced the engagements, and they came out on top so quickly, and I wouldn't be surprised if Pit is able to step up here big for his team, as they totally know it's an A-take.
Yeah, the A-take is on here, but Naf will answer initially before he finally gets traded out, but he gets one. Invert trying to get the flank off there onto Pit, takes him down. That will make it a 3 versus 5, or 3 versus 4, excuse me, a 3-man retake attempt on the A bomb site, and Invert with the op, very good. And he's going to get smoked off, maybe? Kind of, partially. He's still going to be able to try to hit some shots there. Scouts is right there to get 2. Lex grabs 1. Now it's all going to be up to Lex here. He gets spotted out. Knows that they're all over him. He's still... Nope, he's not going to commit to it, but he's getting chased here. Gets the frag there onto the chasing Scouts. And that will be a 12th round in favor of LunatiK eSports. But, ooh, does Lex get caught here? The number 1 man of Drossel is going in that direction. They might hunt a little too hard for him, and Drossel might get punished for this. No, he's not going to go all the way out. But they're so very close together. And, nope, Lex will be able to save the rifle for the next round. And they could buy here. It would be pretty broken, but they could force the buy.
Pit continuing to continue this streak, I guess, of slight mistakes that Luminosity Gaming players have been making. He stayed up in the balcony hidden so long. I mean, like, 3 towers got out all the way towards the A box. He stayed hidden, and then he was, looking at the smoke, kind of biding his time. And as soon as the smoke started to dissipate, that's when he looked away. But Naf, oh god, a jumping scout headshot through the wall or box. I'm not even sure.
I think it was through the corner of the wall.
Jesus, that is a crazy way to pick up the first frag of the round, but
yeah, and the op's out of the way.
That's pretty crazy.
That's big.
Well, I mean, I guess it can be recovered by the team, but yeah, the fact that you won a scout versus op engagement for the first pick of the round, that's pretty good.
Yeah, and it's really big that it was Invert. Invert is an unbelievably talented opper for their team. Oh, Naf going for another one. Capitalized coming from Peter, though, with the FAMAS in his hands. Right there around the corner will be Pit. He picks up 1. Can he pick up the secondary? No, CEVO takes him down. Anger, and Peter will close out the round. 2K for Peter, and Luminosity is battling back here. That's 12-10 will be the score. LunatiK eSports economy is looking pretty decent at the moment, with a few players over 10K. After the buy now, they should have a few players around 5,000. Yeah, they got 2 up over 5K. 1 now, excuse me, as Invert bought it off. Never mind.
And a bunch of nades. But yeah, their economy isn't shattered by any stretch of the imagination, but a round win here would do wonders for them. I mean, not only would it set them up nicely for an economy of their own, but also do crazy damage to Luminosity's economy. And it seems like they're going to be gearing up back for a B take. They've had a lot of success at the B bomb site, winning clutches and just straight up site takes here. So it seems like that is a good strategy for them. I mean, I would want to avoid the mid NA players really like the plague. So I'm liking this setup from them. I mean, that side over there, Naf, Pit, and Peter, all like quick access to A, that's a scary bomb site.
Yeah, definitely. And
look at all those flash players.
Oh, Lex was ready for it that time. They're going to be looking for him. They're going to try and make their way out the window. They're going to be looking. Did that one player make it down to the site? A second one makes it down. That's going to be Drake who goes down, though. There goes Drossel, also hit, picks up a frag. And, oh, CEVO's into the bomb site. Same with Invert. They know Anger's right there. It's going to be a 2 versus 4. They have to pick up some frags here. Anger can't quite take down CEVO. And now CEVO down to 34 HP. Invert gets punished for missing that op shot. Nades are coming out. They're trying to counter. Oh, CEVO hits another big one as Naf. Touchdown grenade onto Invert. And now we're going to have CEVO left alive by himself here. He's going to be into a 1 versus 2. Will they let CEVO clutch them again in a 1 versus X situation? Hopefully Luminosity has learned from their past mistakes and they're not going to let that happen. Time is ticking down though. They know CEVO's got to basically commit at this point. Goes to put the bomb down. They're going to allow the bomb to go down. It gets planted. Now they're just trying to play the angles. CEVO gets spotted by Nafly with a nice shot through the corner of the box with the up. They will get the defuse. That will help LunatiK just because they got the bomb plant, but Luminosity brings it back within 1 round now.
Yeah, and this is pretty much what I was talking about before. We knew Luminosity was going to get a grip on the game sooner rather than later. I mean, if they didn't, it would be unbelievably shocking. And now the question is, now that Luminosity has the momentum, how can LunatiK break it? And it seems like going towards B, that seems like a good strategy. That's where they've had a lot of success. Really, that was the first time they ever got shut down at the B bomb site, so I wouldn't be surprised if that's something they continue to work later down the line. But it's also not something that they can just only focus on. Perhaps, it's not something you want to recommend, but perhaps trying to challenge Peter in mid somehow if you can get an AWP back in your hands, or even with rifles, smoking out the mid window and trying to push up CAD and maybe split on B from that way, or split on A from the connector and the main areas between Palace and the stairs. I feel like we haven't really seen them pull a fake or pull a split of any kind.
Yeah. And it looks like they're going to try and rotate their way towards the A bomb site now, down to about 1 minute and 5 seconds. Here comes the commit. They don't really have a lot of smoke cover, so this should get shut down relatively easily by Luminosity as long as they're able to hit their shots here. They gotta make these shots happen. There goes the smoke coming in. Pitt is able to jump his way up onto the firebox, take down Drake, and he gets traded down by Drossel. Drossel going for a fight on the Nafly will take him down. CEVO gets one also. Anger on the trade there, so a 2 versus 2 gun battle. Drossel's got himself a 3K, and that's gonna leave Anger all by himself. He's going to be into a 1v2. Both players very weak. Nade comes out, hits Drossel, almost gets the touchdown right there. He's going to peek up. Nope, he's going to do the pop flash. Drossel avoids it, goes up over the top, drops down, and Drossel will catch him, getting himself a 4K. That will give LunatiK a round in their favor, making the score 13-11, and they will be able to run away with an op for Invert and 1 saved AK as their economy definitely needed that boost, and Luminosity will be onto a save now.
Yeah, and these rounds have been so back and forth. Luminosity is not quite all there, as you had mentioned. That pop flash from Anger is not a terrible one from the E-box here. The only problem is that it's such a floater. It doesn't really pop like, it doesn't pop quickly like the kind of pop flash you're looking for, like some of the Inferno pop flashes when you're holding a site like that. And because it floats for so long, it's so easy to avoid, and it can only be thrown from really one spot, which is on the E-box stairs. So it was kind of a desperate move from Anger trying to make that round happen, but that there really was not the pop flash to get it done. This round, LunatiK gonna be gearing back up towards B, but throwing a fake of their own now. There, as I said, they hadn't thrown a fake, and it seems like they're gonna be throwing one, and it's working. Peter hopping all the way over towards B. Pitt now in the market area, but looks like they are kind of coming to their senses now.
Yeah, so round 25 here. They're gonna be on an eco. It's going to be a fake over at the B bomb site. I'm almost certain of it as Drossel's in that direction. Drake is going to be towards the underpass. But still, that number 6 man of Lex is lurking out. He's going for some jump peeks here. Trying to see if he sees him. He makes some noise, running around. Might be rotating out as the bomb will commit. Oh, Invert almost hitting that shot on Pitt. Goes for it again, eventually hits it. CEVO is able to get himself 2. Scouts is right there to get one. That leaves Lex all by himself, and he gets taken down. So LunatiK will secure round 14 in their favor off of a 2K from CEVO. That makes it 14-11. LunatiK eSports is up.
And so important that they were able to keep all 5 players alive in that round, allowing them to build their economy back. And that's exactly what they need to do, as they become really close to taking this map away from Luminosity. Luminosity's own map choice here. It'd be pretty crazy if they can take the map off of them. Looks like they're going to be going right back to work over at A. It seems like they have no interest in playing the mid game anymore after they got punished for it early on. And it seems like they're making the right decision here coming out at A. It looks like Luminosity just completely out of position here. So much pressure in mid, and Drake's out. Got a great flank.
Ooh, Anger tried to turn around and pick him back up, but Drake will get caught by Pit, so trade out frag incoming. That will make it 3-3. That nade, oh, that nade's gonna get it. That spam damage there from Peter, and then the nade eventually finds its target. Tiwu gets taken down, so Drossel's gonna step out. Can he get the frags? Able to get one. He's gonna be into a 1-versus-1 versus Pit now. Look for Pit. Pit knows where he is. Who will get the kill? And it goes in favor of Drossel, who gets a 3K. And I think Drossel hit that on a jump nonetheless.
I think he jumped his spot.
No, excuse me. Peter was, or Pit was on the jump. Excuse me. Yep.
Oh, perhaps. Sorry. If Drossel won that with a jumping shot, that would have been out of control. But either way, hitting it with flat-footed seemed like it was difficult enough. I mean, I can't imagine having to one-on-one against Pit in such a clutch situation. 14 rounds on Mirage. It's such an important round, and against such an experienced and strong player. Must feel really good for Drossel to come out on top of that one. And this is really, I think, the best chance that they're gonna get at locking this game up. If they can avoid getting ecoed here. I mean, they would win the game, but I mean, if they get ecoed here, Luminosity Gaming probably going to have some semblance of an economy and could regain control of the game. If LunatiK is going to win, they need to win on this round right here.
Anger hits the initial one. Can he grab another one? Going to be hanging out at the top of the catwalk now as Bomb made its way all the way into the B-bomb site. Anger tries to peek out, gets caught by scouts. That will make it Nafly, Pit, and Peter. Naf is able to get one with the MP in hand. They might be able to grab this round. They might keep themselves alive here. They got to battle against Drossel and Invert. Invert rotates over with the op, looking for any frags that he can over there at the apartments. Drossel is able to take down Pit. They know where he's at, though. Drossel is able to get himself 2 in the round. And finally, Peter takes him down. Peter commits to this. Does he hold on? Looks like he's fully...
Oh, he came off of it.
And Invert hits the finalizing shot of map number 1. 16-11 victory in favor of LunatiK eSports. And they're coming out on top of Luminosity on a good map choice right there. I mean, that was looking good there for a minute. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was so sure that at some point, as I said, Luminosity would be able to just regain control of the game and start to pull away from it. But LunatiK just really put it together on their own terror side. Really impressed with their play. I'm absolutely taken aback by their ability to shut things down against Luminosity. And, they picked Cash. Got to imagine they have a good-looking Cash presence. Taking a look at their record, they are 1-2 on Cash. They've picked it 3 times. And they being LunatiK, excuse me, and Luminosity themselves are 1-4 on Cash, picking it twice. So, I mean, the records are pretty similar. I guess Luminosity has a longer history of losing on this map, but to counter that, the LunatiK doesn't really have a history of winning a lot of maps on it. So I think this might be another really even matchup, just like we saw on Mirage. And so far, it seems like the even matchups are favoring LunatiK.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have thought that in the beginning, but I thought map 1 was going to be pretty close there. I really didn't think LunatiK was going to take it, but now it's all up to Luminosity to try and win this map so they can force us into a tie situation here. But LunatiK was looking good towards the end, especially thanks to Invert with the op in hands. Doing great, yeah.
Definitely. But now, my real question is, though, I was talking about this before. It seems like we cast a lot of really close game 1s with a potential upset outcome, which I would say this is, or near upset outcome. And then the second game, the quote-unquote stronger team just locks things down. That's something we've seen God knows, or maybe it's just by we, I mean I. I feel like every time I cast, that is how these games go. Are we on track for that again? Is Luminosity just going to say, okay, whatever, let's just shut it down on Cash, or we're just going to shut it down on Cash, and kind of follow suit with all the other top teams in that sense? Or do you think that, I mean, for real this time, do you think LunatiK can pick up a win here?
Man, I think they can. Whether or not they will here will be a different story.
I feel like the map ones are just always false hope. They always get us so excited, and then what we think is actually going to happen is just always how game 2 goes.
Yeah, I think Luminosity, I still feel they should be able to get this. But at this point, who knows? I've been wrong all night so far, so
Yeah,
this wouldn't
right. It's
surprise me in the least bit if
just
I'm
been
wrong again.
upset after upset, and these
Yeah.
pushes are really the best of two series. Really make for crazy first games for the most part.
Oh, yeah.
It always seems like game two is the more normal one. I don't know how that happens. Like game one, craziness. Game two, it's like all right, everyone snaps back to reality.
Yeah.
All the players that normally frag get back to fragging, and that's really that. But really great play from LunatiK on Mirage. On not their own map pick. Got to imagine LunatiK's got to be good at their
Yeah.
map pick, and if they're not, then I have some grander questions for them.
Yeah. Very, very true. But we'll have to see how it goes, guys. I think what we're going to do here is we're probably going to take a quick little short break. Yeah, we're probably going to take a quick little short break while we wait for all the players to get into the server and ready to roll. Once they're all in, we start round number 1. We will go live with LunatiK eSports versus Luminosity Gaming.